Consistency is key in shorts knows it. What does that mean? I don't think I do know it. It sounds like I don't. Here we go.
This goes out to all the guys who like to play basketball in the rain with no clothes on. This is for you. I know Jesus saves. I wish he'd save us from this podcast. I know he looks after you and me, but I wish he'd take us far away from here.
A fucking printer, dude. Are we shaking you guys or no?
Oh no.
Are we shaking you?
Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. No sound. Oh shit. Oh god.
All right.
What were you saying, Ernesto, about consistency?
Yo, you guys here? What's up?
Go to settings.
Can you guys? Are we shaky to you guys? Is the camera all wibbly wobbly?
Sounds back,
sounds
but
back,
shaky.
but shaky.
Sound is back, but shaky. All right, we're getting there.
That's why we got to do it on your computadora.
No, Ernesto was just saying it in the comments. He said, consistency is key, and Shorts knows that. And I go, I wish I knew what he was talking about.
I love it. I love a good 420p podcast with no sound.
Oh, no, it's 420p.
All right, you know what, dude? Here, let's do this, okay? Let's do this. Hang on, guys. We are going to do this.
Welcome.
Right.
It's a Friday, everybody.
Damn it, dude.
Oh, the puking.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. You know what?
I hear you, but you look like you're lagging. Well, it's probably somebody's working some Yehudi.
All right. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to unplug the camera real quick. Yo, what's up? What's good? Can you guys see me?
All right. You got to keep talking if you're going to do that.
Okay. And then we're going to take this little thingamajig.
We swear we had like a show outline planned and ready to go.
Motherfuck guy, bloody Banchu bastard. And then we're going to give you that, Shorts.
Oh, fuck.
What? And then we'll see if it works on your. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy IDM Friday to you. Mike Cook is going to be mad at us for this. But that's all good. You know, Mike Cook saved me, man.
How?
My toilet wasn't working for like 5 months, and I texted him about it.
Oh, really?
And he said, yeah, it's like a $15 thing you got to buy.
What number did you text about? Was it 703-501-1926?
Yeah, I was trying to think of the song. All right, guys, we're trying to fix the camera right quick. Thank you guys for your patience. We got a lot of stuff to get to.
And Oathman will edit this out of the audio podcast.
Sure, yeah, I'll do that. You know, but yeah, plenty of stuff to get to. Super happy you guys are here. Happy Friday. Don't worry about the camera, boys. I'm almost drunk enough to have blurred. Oh, here, you guys want to see something cool? Check this out. All right, look at this new feature. Why don't you guys comment in the chat box real quick? Yeah, look at my new feature on my Wii. Okay, run it on Shorts' air conditioner. I heard Shorts had a job as a paid cameraman. Hopefully he can figure it out.
Nope.
No dice. Drinking breast milk upside down cures hiccups. Yeah, dude. I told them all about you puking before the show.
Oh, thanks.
That's okay. Why are you gay? Oh, isn't that cool, guys? We can get the chat box up on the screen now. I don't know if you noticed that, Shorts.
All right, try my camera.
Okay. Shortsy's camera. Yo. All right. Holla.
All right, let's go.
Let's do this shit.
Hopefully the audio is still working.
Audio's working. Camera's working. We are working live on a freaking. Oh, no. Okay, guys. The chat box is up on screen. Do you see that, Shorts?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, how'd that happen?
Just magic, dog. But Keith says time to bust out the N-word. Guys, please no N-words, okay? It is not bouncing, no lagging. Hell yeah, we're back. All right. IDM Friday. Welcome to the show. Super happy to be here. That only took about 6.5 minutes, but we are Lizive, like Lizzo. You know what I'm saying? Okay, thank God. Thank God we're good. Although, what are we going to do when your computer runs out of battery? We'll figure it out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm good.
I noticed you're covering up your horseshoe haircut.
Yeah, because Yep.
That's okay. You look good, man.
Definitely don't have a lot of massive panic brain running through my mind right now.
You know what? We're good. Let's do a hard reset, okay?
All right, go ahead.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
Thank you for that song 2 years ago.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to IDM Friday. I've said that already. How you doing? I'm Oathman, as you all know, joined by my guy, my partner in crime, Christopher Lingbach. What's up, dog?
Yo, what up? Good.
We are here, and we got plenty of shit to get to, man. How's your week been?
It's been good. So I've been watching a lot of this new reality show called Nobody Call Me Gay. Okay. It's a good show. It's called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
The Secret Lives of Mormon Whoas.
And I swear to God, dude, I don't mean to be political, but I mean, all the chicks are so hot that it makes you almost wonder, like, are they like secret Nazis or something?
Oh, because they got like Aryan.
it's like, did they crack some sort of code or something?
Are you trying to say that Nazis are hot?
No, I'm
you
not.
guys heard it here first.
No,
okay.
No.
First Harvey Weinstein, now this.
I'm saying that Mormons, kind of like, I don't know, your people.
More men, yeah.
They tend to keep it not within the family. I mean, maybe some of them do.
Yeah.
But they just kind of
they don't stray too far away from the tribe.
And I'm not saying that's a good thing. Yeah. Okay, I'm just saying I'm acknowledging the results.
There are requests to see the head.
No, dude,
I'm not. It's dude. We're giving the people what they want.
Come on.
It's not me.
All right.
Matt Starcheck asked for it.
All right. You guys happy now?
Okay, so they look pretty hot. These chicks.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you, dude. And I saw you watching the show a little bit before, so I'm not that surprised that you brought it up. But
I mean, dude, every girl on there is a 10 out of 10. Even the one black chick.
What do you mean, even the one black chick?
No.
Whoa, guy. Hey, noted. Kevin Smith.
No.
Note that shit, dog.
No. I phrased that wrong. I mean, especially the one black chick.
Yeah, she's hot. Yeah, for sure.
She is the hottest one on the show.
Wow, I don't want to.
I'm just saying,
far.
even because they're all white and then she's not white.
Well, can I check out the roster real quick? Maybe we'll pull that shit up.
Yeah.
Secret Horrors of Utah. What is it? Secret Lives of Mormon Whoas.
All right, we got a special request from Kevin Smith. He says, say the name of this, I believe is a West Virginia running back 3 times fast. I don't know how to pronounce that name I see on the screen. So Othello, do you want to take a crack at it? It's on there right now.
Well, we don't really do sports and politics, but sure.
Go ahead and say his name 3 times fast.
Noah Kaniga. Is he good?
All right, yeah, guys. Like I said, Always.
Okay, all right.
You
Here
have
is
a
the
direct-
roster.
You have a direct impact on this show. IDM is for the people, by the people.
Okay, here we go. Dude, I'm so excited about the screen being on, or the chat box being on screen right now. All right, here we go. These are the secret lives of Mormon wives. Okay, it's not that great of a picture, but it's good enough for what we're trying to do here. All right, so the black chick is the one on the left.
Yeah, that's
obviously.
Layla. She's so hot. I mean,
Yeah.
she's literally the hottest one. But they're all except for that, except for those two fat ones.
The pregnant ones.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I mean, they're all smoke shows. Like
Yeah.
incredible genes.
I gotta tell you, man. I went to, I used to go to Oakton High School back in the day.
Yeah, I've never heard this before.
Class of 05. Holla. I hate all of you guys. And I fucking there were a lot of Mormon chicks that went there. And it was my first exposure to Mormonism. You know, it's not big in Arlington or where I went to school in Florida. But all the Mormons were just like weird. They weren't hot or anything like that. They were just kind of dorky white kids, which, no disrespect. But so I'm kind of surprised to see that this is like a thing, hot Mormon chicks, because it's not what I saw when I was growing up.
Well, like I know, for instance, they live very weird lives. In fact, they're very similar to like those Rajanishes. Remember the Wild Wild Country documentary on Netflix a few years ago?
Yeah.
Imagine if the Wild Wild Country people had successfully taken over not just an entire town, which they didn't because the U.S. government intervened, but basically an entire region of the country, like Utah, parts of like Colorado and Arizona. I mean, that's all Mormon country.
Okay.
And they literally went to war with the U.S. government to get that land.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I know so much about these Mormon whoas.
Just read a lot about history.
Okay.
In fact, I watch a lot about history.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now, which of those girls, if you had to choose one, would you say is like your fave?
Okay. Well,
we're literally talking about like women here. Which one's your fave?
we can do that. Girls can talk about which
If you had to pick a
hot
best
guy they like.
If you had to pick a bestie out of any of them, which one would it be?
Dude, I was watching that Mobland show with Tom Hardy and Pierce Brosnan the other day, and my freaking wife, she's like, you know what? They're right what they say about Tom Hardy. And I'm like, what? He's like, he looks, And I'm like, I'm just trying to fucking watch. Can you just let me watch the show in peace without you telling me you think a dude is hot?
That's how they get back at you.
I know.
They all do it. I mean, especially, those who shall not be named. But
Yeah.
I've known women who have had like maybe a secret obsession with Bryce Harper, and it's like, okay.
What about the huge mole under his eye?
Right.
That too?
And what about the fact that he's happily married?
Right.
And
right.
also a Mormon.
Yeah.
Doesn't drink alcohol, doesn't do caffeine, as the kids like to say.
And dude, if I have the audacity,
I'm sure
when
he's
we're
fun
watching
to
a
be
show-
around.
Oh yeah. If I have the audacity to be like, oh, who's that girl? She's pretty. She'll be like, oh, so those are the type of girls you're into? And it like becomes a whole thing,
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh well, she doesn't look like me, so I guess that's what you really like. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
You should have countered and been like, well, Tom Hardy, like the most comfortable he's ever been in a role was when he played a guy named Gay Bob. And that's because he is gay. So you like a gay guy. Congratulations. You played yourself.
I think my one seat is probably the girl all the way on the right. She's a brunette.
That's Demi.
Demi. Okay.
Yeah, Deemi. And
then second, I'd probably say the middle girl who's holding her gigantic pregnant belly.
Oh, that's Taylor Frankie Ryan or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's the weird backstory about these girls. Is they got super TikTok famous before this show came out. The show's on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
And Hulu's making like a huge play for reality television because they stole the Kardashians, I guess.
Yeah.
But this is something you would normally see on Bravo. These chicks got huge famous on TikTok because they started some trend called mom talk, which boring.
Yeah, snooze fest.
Yeah, what do you guys do? Share favorite recipes?
And
then they got famous again off of that because there was some rumor that came out that they were all involved in like some giant sex orgy party together.
Oh, they were swinging?
Yeah, so imagine all these whoas naked and then, filleting each other's girl balls.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy because,
And none of them have really denied it. So
really?
it feels like it's true. Like all their husbands were involved. All those women you see on screen, they were all involved.
Okay. All right.
So that girl on the right, Demi, who you like,
she was very involved?
Very.
Oh my God. I gotta move to Utah, dog. Yeah. That's cool. Well, okay, so who's your one seed? The black chick? Black chick's your one seed?
Yeah, she's number one for me. And then I think I like that girl second from the left.
What's up with Plain Jane here? She looks like Paul Dano.
Yeah, well, you're making fun of a girl with weight issues.
Oh shit, sorry.
And skin problems, and also she's a sexual trauma survivor. So good job, Othello.
No.
You really can't pick the targets of your humor, can you?
Wait, who's the girl you like?
The second one from the left,
okay.
The one that looks kind of like
the one that looks like Christina Rose, famous porn star. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, that one.
The one that looks Hispanic.
So her name is like something Affleck.
Uh-huh.
There's a funny storyline that played out this season because she said since the show started that she's related to Ben Affleck.
Okay.
And then the show came out like a year ago, gets popular enough to
get back to him.
And he goes, I've never fucking heard of this girl in my life.
Damn.
So then it plays out on the show this season that
she gets the 23andMe or some shit.
Her husband, he's like some blonde, super good looking dude.
Uh-huh.
It's just like a family joke that their last name's Affleck. And
oh, what a dumb.
And she supposedly knew that, but she's so obsessed with like image and fame that she thought she could use it to propel her popularity.
She probably threw it out as like a half joke.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So what did you want to say about these whoas?
Well, so you got your favorite, but
yeah,
we were looking this up before the show.
Yeah.
And you looked up a picture of this girl before she was famous.
Yeah.
And I was kind of surprised at the results.
I mean, dude, all right. I was telling Shorts, whenever I see a girl that's really hot, I try. Okay, this is going to sound psychotic. I mean, it is psychotic what I do. But I try to find a picture of them looking gross. So it'll kind of like get them out of my head a little bit, Or
at least like maybe mentally you can dominate her inside of your own brain.
Maybe, yeah. So it's like
you're like, fuck you, Demi, you ain't shit.
Yeah, well, you know what it's like? It's like when you're dating a girl and like you break up and they gain a ton of weight and you're like, oh fuck, finally I can stop. I can never think about you ever again.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's no point. So I was looking her up and so she's the girl all the way on the right. Looks pretty good, right? This is a picture from 2006. So let's see what she looked like.
Damn, she's old as dirt.
Oh my god. But 2016.
All right.
This is her, dude.
Oh, whoa.
Can you believe that?
She's just like a normal girl.
Just normal. Look, you know what I noticed? What's most noticeably different about her?
No plastic surgery.
No lips. She has non-existent lips.
I bet she's got no tits either.
Yeah. And look at her wearing that like midsummer dress. You know that movie? Yeah, she's just, you know what it tells me, dude? Every chick, and we talked about this with Kylie Jenner last week. Everyone, there's that meme that goes around that says, you're not ugly, you're just poor. And it shows like, celebrities.
I'm definitely ugly.
but it shows how, celebrities can completely change the way that they look. And she is another example of that. But I mean,
she doesn't look anything like the other photo were what she looks like today. And
Yeah.
I kind of see what you're saying, because it's a very sick thing to think about. To think about finding a less attractive version of her earlier in her life before she was famous, so that you can feel like you're still better than her.
Yeah.
But I kind of get it too, because I don't know, like a lot of times I think with hot girls, you know, they've got to be just as insecure as everybody else walking this earth, right?
More, for sure.
They're just better at carrying it.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it's a little easier for them to carry it because they're also carrying around some big saggy tits. But
Okay.
all right, we're just being huge misogynist weirdos today.
You are.
Yeah, no, we're both doing it, obviously.
Yeah, we got some dogs in the house. Let me give some quick shout outs here.
We're a couple of women disrespecting men.
Again, Matt Starcheck, take the hood off. Let's see the head. Yeah, dude, come on, give the people what they want.
Danger Mouse says he's having a hard time rating any of these girls on the screen above a 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's got some high standards. I'm excited to see my guy Danger Mouse in here, and Old Man Dave. Got some Luke Thomas stories I want to get to later, actually. Corey Rita says they are all right. Is that because they are all white shorts?
No, I think you mean alt-right.
No, that's not what he said.
Yeah.
Our guy CJ Fool in the house was good. Pliers. What's up, man? So it's a good show. You enjoy watching it. You're over the Osbournes. Shorts was binging the Osbournes for like 2 months straight.
No, it gets even worse than that.
Uh-oh.
So I found on Freevee, the Freevee app. That's where I found like the entire back catalog of the Osbournes.
Okay.
Somehow I just missed the Osbournes.
Yeah.
Even though you and I are the same age, we were the target demo when it came out.
Yeah.
So I've gone back and watched the whole thing from the beginning. It's awesome. It's a great show. You go, shit, why did they not just do this for every reality show? They figured it out from the very first most famous one.
What do you mean, like just let them be?
Let them be. Don't script everything. It's very simple in that there's just cameras following them around their lives. There's a lot of editing for sure. And I've read about since that they literally had comedians on staff just to mine all the content footage that they had to pick out the funniest moments. But there were still moments that happened organically.
Yeah.
So when you watch it and then compare it to like reality TV in today's time, it just feels so much more real, more genuine. So,
well, I mean, even with Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie, they started doing the bit where they would like force them to work these jobs or go to, some random city in bumfuck Idaho,
Yeah. And then from there, you get what you have today, which is like literally this girl, why don't you go up to Cheryl and then ask her this specific question? Yeah. And then she'll go crazy and then everybody will react and we'll all have this like big moment on the show. Right. And we'll build the entire season around it. Like it's fabricated to that degree. So
I think, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that reality TV is kind of having a bit of a downfall. Like people aren't, and by people I mean women and you and I, aren't as into Housewives, as they used to be. They're not as into 90 Day Fiance. Everyone's kind of over it. So I feel like there has to be some sort of reinvention coming soon where they're like, all right, let's go back to the old way of doing that shit. Or they come up with a new strategy to get people interested because it's a little played out now.
Yeah. Like if two late 30-something guys who have been career failures just decided to start a YouTube channel and every week they struggle just to figure out how to turn the cameras and microphones on.
That sounds good.
That sounds pretty real.
Yeah, that sounds like a great show. I'd watch that.
Well, I was going to say, so I found an even more down the rabbit hole thing. So on the Freevee app, which is where you can find the Osbournes, there's a show that came out last year where it's the Osbournes watching the Osbournes.
Okay.
But like 20 years later.
It's like Mystery Science Theater, Osbournes watching the Osbournes.
Yeah, and it's great. And Ozzy, even though he's got like Parkinson's and he's clearly not as sharp as he used to be.
Yeah.
He's still got the same humor. In fact, he almost many times says the same joke that he says in the clip as he's watching the show. So he's like calling out his own joke.
That's amazing.
Because he hasn't changed that much, I guess.
Wait, does he say, I'm gonna say, like, does he say he's gonna say
No,
the
no,
joke,
no.
or he says the exact same?
He literally, like, there was a scene where there's this skateboarder in season 1 where his name was Jason Dill, and Jack Osborne, the son, invites Jason Dill over to the house, and he stays with him. The intent was for him to stay in the house for like 3 days. He ended up staying for like 3 weeks. And Ozzy, every day, like during the show, the original airing of the show, he's like, who is that? Who is that? Like every day he reintroduces himself to Jason Dill. And then eventually he learns his name, and he goes, oh, that's Dildo.
Oh, okay.
That's Dildo. And so now he's watching the show all these years later, and they reintroduce him to Jason Dill again. He makes the exact same dildo joke.
That's funny.
Now, it's not a great joke, but it's still real.
Yeah.
And it's a dad joke from one of the great rock stars of
right
life.
That's cool, man. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
It's organic. That's what I like.
Yeah, well, real quick before we get into another, I want to, well, we always got to catch the dogs up with your life. What's going on? Have you got any interesting lift stories from lifting on the road with shorts?
No, I like to gather a couple up.
Okay,
a couple of good ones.
So nothing crazy.
Yeah, nothing wild so far, but
that's good. How about fatherhood?
Very, very normal. What's been going on in your household? Anything like, I don't know, maybe like with your wife or something?
Vagina.
Well, we're sitting here hating on women.
Yeah.
For an hour straight.
Yeah. Bless her heart, dude.
We really are just two incels.
What? Why are we incels? I feel like that word does not get used appropriately.
All right.
Like, you and I could have sex if we wanted to.
No.
No?
No, I don't think I could.
You have living proof that you could have sex when you wanted to. Well, you didn't want to. But... that's so funny. No, life is all right, man. I've been still applying to jobs, trying to do the interview bit. I had 3 interviews today.
What?
Yeah, usually I go like I'll go like an entire week, 2 weeks with no interviews, and then it just so happens that I was applying for a job today or the other day, and the recruiter reached out to me and she was like, okay, I want you to talk to this person and this person. She was like, can you do one today and one tomorrow? I was like, yeah. She's like, well, what if you just do them both tomorrow? I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And then out of the blue, this other company reached out to me, and they were asking me for my availability. And I said, after these 2 things I got to do. And she was like, okay, I'll talk to you then. So they were like 11, 12, 1. And so I had to do that today. So,
So how'd it go?
Dude, this is meaningless probably, but this is how like superstitious I can be sometimes. I was like, you know what? I've worn these 2 shirts the past couple times I've done interviews, and nobody's hired me so far. Let me switch up the whole game. Let me wear this type of shirt. Let me wear like a polo, and let me drink out of this cup instead of you know what I'm saying? Like let me arrange my desk this way. And so the recruiter, she's like really personable. She's really friendly. And she's like, okay, this lady is like really great. You're going to like talking to her. This one's a little bit more serious. So, just don't get discouraged by her tough questions. I'm like, okay, no problem. And so I talked to a lady that has like tough questions.
She goes, so needle dick. What kind of job opportunities are you looking for?
Can't help but notice you're jobless. What's that like?
Wow, so your wife is the sole provider of your household, huh?
And you have kids. Well, that must be hard. Wow. Not a lot of respect going around in that house today.
All right. So how'd it go?
So I talked to the first lady I talked to was the tough lady, the lady that's going to be, the lady that she warned me about. And this lady was like so freaking nice and so kind. And everything I said, she was like, you know what? That's a really well thought out answer. And we even did this bit, because every time I talk to somebody about losing my job, I bring up, Doge, Elon Musk, not in a political way, just like, oh, this is what happened, blah blah. So, and so
wait, what do you mean?
well, because a lot of times I'll ask like, what happened? Why are you jobless? And you can either be like, or you can just actually you can not tell them that you're jobless and lie and say that you're like looking for to switch things up, or just be straight up with them. I'm straight up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you were like, I thought getting rid of USAID contracts would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Turns out I was severely mistaken.
so I'll bring, so they're like, so what happened? And I'm like, a lot of anyways, I explained to them that as a result of Doge and shit. And so, but I'll always say that and always be like, I'll try to not get political about it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's dumb.
It is.
And it was interesting because like this one time she was asking me, like, she asked follow-up questions to what I was telling her about the job or about losing my job. She's like, yeah, so like what are your thoughts about like what's gonna happen and this and that? And she like brings up Project 2025 and a bunch of shit that is like politically charged topics. And I go, I almost said no sports, no politics. I literally almost said no sports. I go, well,
when the show creeps into your brain in real life and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
That happens to me when I'm like driving people for Lyft too.
Really?
Yeah, all the time. I'll think of a specific later.
So I almost go like, well, no sports, no politics. But I did say, I go, well, no politics. Don't want to go down that road. And she goes, no, please, politics. It's fine. And I'm like, oh, all right. Well, and then I in my head, I'm like, what?
Well, it all started in the 1930s.
Yeah. Let me say, do you know about the Weimar Republic? I was just kidding. We're going to lose a subscriber for that. And so, and she go, but I could tell like which side she was on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And dude, I'm fucking shameless, dude. I don't care about. All I want is a job and some health insurance. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, what you were saying it earlier. I mean, don't even get me started on that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so like me and her were vibing. It was a really good interview.
And you were like, by the way, before we proceed, what are your pronouns? I don't want to misgender anybody.
And so no sports, no politics, guys. And then so anyways, so that interview went well. And then literally like 10 minutes afterwards, I had another interview. And this is the interview where the lady's like, the recruiter's like, you're going to love her. She's awesome. And dude, I'm fucking like, I'm trying to get in the zone. I'm trying to.
In the auto zone.
Yeah, get in the zone. Autos. And so like, I'm trying to, when you're trying to chill and like get your mind right and your vagina will look at you and be like, what are you even doing? And you're like, you don't even have the capacity to understand what I'm doing right now. Because your brain does not stop.
Do you know what a podcast even is?
Do you know how hard it is to make bad jokes?
You understand that we are in like the 99th percentile of podcast earnings.
And so I'm like,
and I still need to work 2 part-time jobs.
But dude, in my head, I'm like, okay, husband, you got 8 minutes till this next interview. You can probably just lay here for 5 minutes, rest your mind, get in the zone, auto zone, and freaking you'll be good to go when that interview starts up. And of course, dude, Jessica knows I have this interview coming up. She comes in and she goes, so you ever gonna fix the TV in our room or what? And I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
What are you, my dad? Oh wait, I don't have one. I forgot.
Hey. And I'm like, you got to do this right now. Are you? And she's like, it's been like a month. And I'm like, it's gonna take a while to do it. I can't do it in the next 8 minutes because the fire stick's all messed up. I'm like, you have to come in here now and do this when I'm trying to like chill out. And she's like, it's not that big of a deal. Jeez. And I'm like, no, it is a big deal. Like, why can't you just let me relax? Now I'm going to be stressed out. And you're upset with me, so now I'm gonna have that in the back of my mind during the interview. That's all I'm able to think about.
That's the gaslighting that I get all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, not me, but like people like me.
Yeah,
not me specifically.
Yeah, just
or anybody that knows me.
Hypothetically
speaking, if a person looked exactly like me, and I had to imagine what kind of gaslighting he gets in this household, it would be wind him up real quick, and then go, "Whoa, why are you so wound up?
Whoa, relax. It's just an interview.
Take it easy."
Yeah, dude. Exactly. They want to see how pissed off you can get, and then they act surprised that you're pissed off.
Yeah.
And so
it's like they want you to get the job, but I don't know. Do they really?
and then she sees the shirt I'm gonna wear, and she's like, "Oh, that's what you're wearing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's wrong with it?" She's like, "It's not really that professional." And I'm like, "Okay, well, what shirt should I wear?" And then she goes and gets me another shirt, but that shirt needs a different color undershirt. And I'm like, okay, I have 3 minutes. Can you find a white undershirt? And she's like, no, I can't find one. And I'm like, you just created a problem that I have to solve now.
Yeah, but are you going to fix the TV?
So anyways, long story short, that interview starts up. The interview that was supposed to be super easy. This lady is asking hard-hitting question after hard-hitting question after hard-hitting question. I'm like, yeah, when you're like answering a question and you in your mind, you're like, you have a telepathic connection with the other person. You're like, oh, this person knows I'm bullshitting.
Yeah.
Like they know that they got me. That was just the feeling I had the entire time. It was like, oh, I'm just saying words right now. And she's just looking at me like, shut the fuck up. You do not know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like when we were doing a podcast and we find that rhythm, that groove.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the most coveted thing.
Yeah.
It's like we know when we find it. And then you'll ask me like a question and I have to sit there and think about it. And I go, way to go, Othman. It's gone. Now I've got to use my brain.
Yeah. So that interview did not go that well. I felt like shit after it. And then I had a third interview and that was fine. It was on the phone or whatever. But yeah, so that was super stressful, but it's all good, man. It's all good.
Just keep at it, man.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. Don't ever lose hope.
Yeah, I'm not, dude. I'm not. I got, that unemployment junk coming in. You know what I'm saying? Thank God my wife has health insurance and we're good. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's give a shout out to the Dawgz. And if you want to pull up the IDM chat.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Let's give a shout out. Here we go.
It's time for our big time P1 shout out.
We like to take a brief pause and give a shout out to our top Patreon supporters, our $8 tier, not our top. You know what I'm trying to say. Let's give a shout out to the big time P1s. Shout outs to Alex, AJ McCown, Alex Davis, Brendan Cooney, Brendan Smith. Shout outs to Brent Wenzel, Brian Altman, Brian Bustees, Carlos N, Chris Eller, Danny Loudermilk, David Slat. Shout outs to Dolphin Teeth Diddy. Shout outs to Dolphin Teeth Diddy.
He does have dolphin teeth.
Shout outs to Don DeMarco, Ernesto Ladon, Craven Moorhead, James M, Jen Montana. It ain't a hit till J-Dog spit. Nice. I believe you call that a bar. Shout outs to JP Flame, Kevin Smith, Korean John, Chris Stein, M_Jizzle, Matt Broderick, Matt Starcheck, and our guy Matt Starcheck.
Oh, yeah.
Shout outs to Packing Fudge, Peter Rosenkrantz. We'll read whatever you guys write. Shout outs to shout outs to Phil J, Reggie, our guy Brad Paints This. Check out his artwork after you watch the show at Instagram.com/Brad Paints This. Shout outs to Sean Kibler, William, and Lubomir. If you guys want to subscribe to IDM, we do 3 shows a week. You can do that at Patreon.com/IDM pod. Subscribe today for as low as $5 a month. That's like $1 for 10 laughs,
Yeah, you're right.
at least.
It's worth it. Shouts to the supporters. We love you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, let's check in with the dogs real quick. It's been a while since we checked the secret supporter chat. If you are on the Patreon and you want to hop in on the super secret supporter chat, just go to the app, go to the site, hit the community tab, and we are all there sending each other memes and links and shtick. Let's check in with the dogs right quick. They send some funny stuff. Like I said, it's been a while, so you know what? There's some links. I'm gonna wait till we go through the posts of pictures and stuff before I click links because I got to switch back and forth.
Yeah.
What's so funny?
No, keep going.
All right. This one's from Othello BT.
You've done this one.
Okay. All right. Dolphin Teeth Diddy. Today in Yahoo News, my vagina books a pediatrician appointment every 2 months or every month just for free formula because 2 formulas the doctor gives is $80, but the copay for a visit is only $15.
Smart.
You smart. I respect that, dude. I respect it. Our guy Corey Rita with the screenshot of, oh my God, is that Mr. Leahy? Oh shit, I didn't know he had Mr. Leahy on his wall. Do you know who that is?
No.
That is from the Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, I've never watched that one.
Show's really funny. This guy actually died, but he was the funniest dude ever.
R.I.P. in peace.
And here's us hanging out. I love that. All right. Corrita says Mike Cook is a lifesaver. Hit him up during the show, and he's coming out tomorrow. Simply the best out there. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, dude. Maybe I didn't mention it, but yeah, Mike Cook, man, my toilet's been making this noise for like 4 months, just like that, literally for 4 months because I'm lazy and useless. And my wife is like, "Are you gonna fix that? Can you call somebody?" And I'm like, I don't have to call somebody. I know somebody. Yeah, text my cook. I'm like, hey, dude, can you make me look like a hero?
Yeah. Yo ass better call somebody.
And he's like, oh yeah, dude, here's how you do it. He was like, I'll come out and help. I was like, I don't want you to come out just for something tiny like this. Anyway,
I don't want you to come out. I want you to come in.
I'm gonna come. All right, Corey, to homesick, and all I want is for this order to be delivered. Delivery keeps adjusting to a later time. If this was shorts, ass would be puckered and some Mission Impossible music would be playing. What is it? Oh, Chipotle. Alfaro's ET. Dude, don't you hate when that happens, man? When you order some Uber Eats or some DoorDash and it's like you see the fucking where they are on the road and it keeps like either they're frozen in time or the time just keeps delaying further and further. Is it ever happening to you?
Also, if you criticize Uber Eats or DoorDash drivers online anywhere, there's like a swarm of social media bees that will come in basically white knight for these DoorDash drivers and shit. Yeah.
Where? On Facebook? Where?
Reddit, Twitter, big time. Yeah. There's like a whole movement of like, don't you understand how hard this economy is?
I mean, yeah.
Maybe you should tip more, which I agree with. But
is it also possible that someone does their job poorly? At least one, like, you know what I'm saying? Both can be true.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyways, Ryan, Short should have poo-poo shuffled a bit longer to grab the TP because that paper towel is going to be Mike Cook's next project. Oh yeah, the story about you having to do the little crab walk from the bathroom because you had no TP. From blue shorts to brown shorts. The Diddy courtroom drawing belongs in the mural from Good Times. At least she lets you get a visual inspection before you spend the money. Oh my God, dude, that's insane. It is a country dude in a Ford F-150, and there's seems to be an African-American lady of the night spreading her butt cheeks in front of him in broad daylight.
Give me a hell yeah.
Give me that's actually, sometimes I'll look that up.
This literally looks like an episode of Taxi Cab Confessionals.
I miss that show so much.
You know what I was thinking about?
What?
I think that was the first time in my life I ever heard like dirty talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was before I had actually seen a porno, like a visual, like a motion picture.
Why do I get the feeling that you remember verbatim what somebody said?
So there was this like woman of the night, I think it was like Atlantic City, New Jersey in this episode I was
Of
watching.
course, yeah.
She was giving this dude a beach. And she goes, oh, I'm gonna chew that dick up.
What?
I was like, whoa.
I'm gonna use extra teeth.
She said, I'm gonna gobble it up.
I mean, that's kind of cool that she said that, but when you think about it, you're like, wait, hang on.
I was like, I didn't know you could chew a penis.
Yeah, what's that? What's that feel like?
This thing down here.
What do you think the guy asked this lady of the night to spread her cheeks, or that's just her move? Excuse me, ma'am. Hey, would you mind spreading your ass cheeks for me? Or she was like, hold on, baby, let me do my trick. And she like turned around. Hold on, baby. All right, anyways.
I feel like he asked her if she's clean, and she goes, does this look clean to you?
Brad paints this. Attention, Othello BT. Brazzers is hiring, and you can work from home. This is destiny. It's a posting from snagajob.com. Media entertainment Brazzers job doing data entry.
That's right up your alley, dude.
Urgently hiring.
You can sit at home and watch casting couch videos all day.
No, you know what's funny is that I looked this job up when you sent me the screenshot.
Yeah.
I was like, can I actually have this job? And unfortunately, it's fake news. Yeah, that this company, Maxion Research, that posted it is they just fuck with they just try to steal people's shit. DTAT posted a picture of 3 hot dogs. Delicious, looks delicious. And he goes, it's the quote, honey, he's having 3 combo. Because Shorts famously was shamed by his family for eating 3 of their hot dogs.
Yeah. For lunch. How dare me, I guess. You know, hot dogs don't grow on trees.
Our guy Korean John, is this the Emma Stone Blue Shorts could have hooked up with? Maybe a different timeline. That is the famous Emma Stone that you blew it with.
Yeah, I've just had so many of those blown opportunities. It's like, you know how like you wish you want to, in a perfect world, live your life with no regrets.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's not reality.
Right.
And then when I look back on my hookup regrets, there's so many that I feel like I overwhelmingly missed the mark more times than I didn't. And I would say by a margin of 95% to 5.
Really?
Yeah.
But that means that
there were others. We've gone over them in the past. Patreon exclusive episodes.
Well, we know how many women you've had sex with. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that's 5. Are you saying that you blew 95 other opportunities?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yep.
That's a lot of striking out.
I know. It sucks.
But were any of them with A-list actresses?
Just that one.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Dolphin Teeth Diddy posts a picture from 50 Cent's Instagram, and it says, defendant Combs released plaintiff Jane Doe's neck and then held her arm down while using his other hand to swiftly unbuckle his belt and pants before pulling out his erect bare-skinned penis, which appeared to be the length and girth of a large Tootsie Roll. Yeah, we talked about this last. She thought his penis was, quote, an itty bitty ditty. Ouch. Dude, that sucks. Okay, what else? We got
wasn't there a Yehudi News post in there also from our guy?
Yeah, I just wanted to get through the comments before and the pictures before clicking over to a different tab. Jen Montana. So that episode talking about Joe Rogan has over 2K views, but all y'all dogs haven't liked it. You're making everyone look bad. Go click. Yes. Thank you, Jen Montana. Shouts to that fucking Egyptian archaeologist for putting us on the map, right?
I told you it could turn out to be better than you think.
Yeah, you did. And Dolphin T. Diddy. Saw this in the convenience store while getting my morning beer. Local man, quote, gets off to good start after losing his job.
Local jobless man receives gift of a lifetime in the form of $25 million from football legend Bill Belichick for a, quote, act of kindness. Yeah. I did. You know what? Actually,
the retired man known for most by Othello in a quote said, "Now I'm happy I don't have to work and can sleep all day." In other news, Justin Timberlake was spotted out with Carl Anthony Towns. After all that, when reporters asked if Justin had his quote unquote medication with him, Cat responded, "Oh my God."
Dude, there's some IDM deep cuts.
Holy shit, dude. Oh, and it's a post from Yehudi News. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah. So
This
for
is
you guys
impressive.
that aren't subscribed to the Patreon, if you don't know what's going on here, Othello on Tuesday's episode said that he would jerk off Bill Belichick for $25 million.
Wait, what?
And he said he wouldn't even regret it.
All right.
He said he hopes his whole family finds out.
Ryan posted a picture of, it looks like the drawing of Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, and it says, "I don't agree with his methods, ... but oh, okay." And he's what's that video game character with the
Bomberman?
Bomberman, yeah, that's pretty funny. That's never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh,
All right.
this is a good one. Last one.
All right. Well, I got to click out of.
Relax.
Well-
I mean, you're such a diva.
Okay, well, you know what? You do it, Shorts.
I just want to let you guys know that until we switch seats, we used to have a big spotlight on us that would go directly to the right of Othello's shoulder. But when we changed spots because of our computers, this guy said, and I quote, "I know this is a diva move, but can you turn that shit off? It's making me so hot."
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say turn that shit off.
Yeah, you said
I
turn
said,
that fucking
turn
shit off.
that poop off. And
Turn that shit off, or I'm never coming back over here, and I'm quitting the show. I've been carrying your ass for too long. That's exactly what he said.
All right, here's the IG post. Let's. Who sent this again? D-Tet. Our guy D-Tet. All right.
This is a Uber driver. Looks like. This is the next level move. This guy appears to be cooking a cheeseburger on his dashboard with one of those like 12-volt plug-in charger things used to power like a hot plate on his dashboard.
I mean, that's probably very illegal. Whoa, he uses like, oh my God, it's a smash burger. He has a little tool where he smashes it down.
That's right.
Damn, dude.
I can definitely get behind that.
That has to be. You think it's a real dude doing that?
No, this is all staged, and there's no way he's actually serving those two as.
I mean, he is Hispanic.
But although I would say if he did do that and served it to the customers, that's an automatic like $50 tip right there.
Yeah, but you know what probably would happen if someone did that? The person in the car would be like, "Wow, thank you. This is I've wanted a burger so badly," and then they get out and then they report them. They're like, "This fucking guy put my life in danger." You know what I'm saying? That's how people are, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true.
But you should try that out. All right. Checking in with the dogs. That was fun. Okay. Let's see. We had a couple other things to get to. Dude, did you didn't see the Brett Favre doc, did you?
No, not yet.
Oh my God.
I watched
dude.
the Gilbert Arenas one, the Untold series. It's a great like documentary series on Netflix.
Yeah.
I feel like they do a good job of like getting stories you've never heard about these subjects that everybody knows about before.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, some of the stories are good, but like the Manti Te'o one, no sports, no politics. But you know, everybody knows Manti Te'o for dating that chick that did not exist, and you know, having it completely take over his college career. They presented the story from the perspective of the trans person that ruined his life.
No sports, no politics.
Yeah, no sports, no politics. But I'm just saying, like, that person completely fucked his life over and just made a fool out of him. And the whole piece was to like get sympathy for them.
Oh, that was the one where the real girl is like a great big fat person.
Yeah,
She looks like one of those Hawaiian offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
a big Samoan.
I still don't know. I don't know. It's just so hard to believe that story.
Anyway,
Like, how could he be that dumb? But yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. He seems like a Tim Tebow type. You know what I'm saying? Where like
Like he's so pure
Yeah.
that he could be like naive about the world.
Such a good heart, like such a kind heart. Doesn't want to use his. I mean, because let's be honest, most dudes who are famous football players, especially in college, they want to use their power for evil.
Yeah.
They want to fuck as many chicks as they can. Which I mean, who knows if I should even be calling that evil? That's just being like a dude. But
well, dudes are inherently evil.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean that's why women need to rule the world.
Oh yeah, we are a feminist show. But anyways, okay, so this Brett Favre documentary, I watched it because I was like, I don't really know that much about Brett Favre. Like we were kids. We were like 10 when he was in the Super Bowl in 97. You know,
went back in 98 against the Broncos and lost. John Elway.
Yeah, no sports, no politics. But and then, you know, we were older when he played for the Vikings and that whole saga and the Jets and all that. But I was like, I wonder, you know, how it all started for him. You know, I wonder what the story is behind Brett Favre. And so I started watching it. I'm watching, and you know, it talks about him being from Mississippi and shit. And
yeah, I think did he go to school at Southern Miss? Was it? It was
I
like
think
a small
so.
school.
I think so. Yeah. And you know, it shows him getting drafted by the Falcons. The first time when he got traded to Green Bay, the first time he hit the field and like amazingly won a game for them that they were supposed to lose. This and that, put Green Bay on the map, this and that. And then within like, I'm not kidding you, within like 12, 13 minutes, they cut to Jen Sturger. Now, who's Jen Sturger, you might ask? She's the hooah who, I mean, I don't know if I should be calling her a hooah. Technically, she's a victim. But she's the girl, the hot reporter chick who Brett Favre was trying to holla at when he was on the Jets.
It's taking victim blaming to the next level when you start by calling her a whore.
Well, here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing. All right. We're a feminist show, okay? She's not actually a hooah.
This is like that time that you stuck up for wife beaters.
No, I did not do that.
You were like, all due respect to people who beat their wives. But...
I did not say that, dude. Whatever, man. All right, so so it cuts to her, and it's like her telling her story about how she was a band nerd, and she was you know, she went to school at FSU, and she was a bartender, and her shirt got wet when she was bartending, so she was like, I'm just gonna wear this bra.
Yeah. Ooh, looks like I got some liquid on my shirt. I guess I have to take it off.
Yeah. And like how Brent Musburger famously said the thing where when they showed her on national TV, I think it was FSU versus like Miami or something like that, he said 20,000 young men just submitted their college applications to FSU or something like that because she was so hot.
Yeah,
basically.
He's basically like 20,000 young men just came in their pants.
Yeah. Yeah. And so they talk about that and how.
And one old man.
I've got a new strap-on harness.
I'm gonna come.
So they're talking to her about her come up. Pause. And dude, they're giving her backstory just as much time as they're giving Brett Favre's, and I'm like, hold on a sec, like where is this going? And then she starts talking about how after that whole incident where she got discovered on national TV, she's like, and most people don't know this, but I was the first person on Facebook to max out with friends. I was the first person to get 5,000 friends and not be able to accept more. She's like low key bragging about this shit, right? and then, dude, and she's like talking about how this catapulted her into a career of modeling. She's doing Maxim, Playboy, Sports Illustrated cover. I mean, everyone remembers back. I don't know if you remember, but she was like, I mean, I'm showing her right now. She's pretty hot, right? And so they're talking about how she started doing reporting. You know?
Okay, so I was waiting for you to clarify that part because I couldn't remember if she was a reporter for the Jets or a cheerleader, and that's where she crossed paths with Brett Favre late in his career.
Yeah, I mean, she was doing the the college game day bit they do, like Pat McAfee does it. She was kind of doing that bit before it was what it is now, where she's just going to college towns and like, I'm that hot slut, and today we're at Notre Dame. You know what I'm saying? And so, anyway, she parlayed that career of being a hot hooah into being a hot NFL hooah, where she's reporting for the Jets, and then Brett Favre gets there, and she's telling the story about how some dude walks up to her and's like, yo, Brett Favre wants your number or whatever. And she's like, excuse me. And she like wasn't into it. And then later on that week, she gets 2 MySpace messages from anonymous accounts, but they're Brett Favre. And she was like, I mean, she's talking about these texts like it's Surviving R. Kelly.
He could not keep it in his pants.
I know,
He's
but
sending her anonymous MySpace messages.
bro, he's probably never been told no. Like
He was like high on Xanny bars, going, "God, I gotta fuck this girl."
yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude. I mean, but look, I have 2 daughters, right? You have a daughter. We're feminists. If my daughters want to be NFL sideline reporters, I don't want them to be harassed by aging, quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Also, I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't be shocked if it happened to them. And she was catapulted into stardom because she has gigantic fake implants or bolt-ons. Should she really be surprised if Brett Favre is trying to holler? You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch this thing. Like, I'm not trying to victim blame, but you got to see this thing.
You're saying she was kind of asking for
it. I'm not saying that. Okay. We don't have those type of positions on IDM.
I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I think I'm reading between the lines.
No. But anyways, so long story short, the whole documentary is not about Brett Favre's career or anything like that. It's about how shitty of a dude he is and how she's a survivor because she got drunk texts and a drunken dick pic from him. Also, she never met him. She's never had a conversation with him.
So does the documentary really just basically use his name, borrow his name to tell her story?
Yes. Yeah. And then the last 10 minutes or like last 5 minutes are about how he, what did he do with tax money in Mississippi or something? He stole it or something like that.
Yeah, he got in trouble for like scamming like a retirement fund or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. That's pretty shitty. But also I feel like a lot of celebrities did that during COVID. Like, I don't know. Brennan Schaub famously allegedly used COVID what's it called? PPP loans to soup up his car.
Clinton Portis got in trouble for something similar. He was like basically making up fake injuries to get health insurance money from like the collectively bargained insurance plan or something.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Like lost a shitload of money for that.
Chris Brown stole like a bunch. Anyways, so I was disappointed because like, dude, I feel like when you click a football player's documentary, you're like, I want to see the ups and downs of his career. And this was just all, this guy fucking sucks for doing something you probably would have done if you were in this. You know what I'm saying?
This is my problem with like a lot of documentaries now. And I think a part of that, the more I think about it, is it's kind of a byproduct of there being too many documentaries. Like, we've mentioned this before, but say there's like a hot button, say like Aaron Hernandez unhangs himself, comes back from the dead.
I wish.
There will be 4 new Aaron Hernandez documentaries by Monday morning. One for each of the different apps.
Yeah.
And as a part of that, because there's such a need, like such an insatiable thirst for documentaries, so people can just really, it's so they can learn about subjects without having to do anything, right?
Yeah.
We've gotten basically to the point where we're so lazy as a society. It's too much to ask of somebody for them to Google a topic they'd rather just lay on the couch and watch about the topic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which
And you got to get all the different angles.
I'm a part of that, so I lump myself into that category too. But
Like no sports, no politics, but that Candace Owens chick is doing a free Harvey Weinstein docuseries, and I'm just like, I don't need to know any details at all to know that dude is guilty.
look, we just want.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I speak for both of us. We just want to make movies great again.
All right, relax. But anyways, I think that it's worth a watch, I guess, if you're curious. But some people probably think I'm wrong about this. Corey Rita says, I just watched that Brett Favre doc. He's a fucking douche. Yeah, he is for sure. I mean, if you, dude, watch Surviving R. Kelly and then watch this Brett Favre doc, and it's just laughable the way she's like talking about what she went through.
Did they do the thing that I hate they do where they'll take something that happened 20 years ago and reframe it in today's society's new standards? I hate that. Like there was that I think it was HBO Max had that documentary on Woodstock 99.
Yeah.
And they were literally, the entire documentary was just getting like let's call them rainbow enthusiasts to comment and go, I mean,
sports, no politics.
I remember this, and I just remember there being such toxic white male masculinity at this thing.
Oh my god.
And they were like, you were there? And she was like, no, but I mean I remember hearing about it.
Damn.
It's like, no, you don't.
That's so
you're
weird.
You're just giving talking points.
Yeah.
You're just doing the thing that you do, and you're gonna be on 2 more documentaries doing the exact same shit tomorrow.
I don't know. I don't think they did that because she was, like I said, they played the Brent Musburger thing. Like, I mean, that's I don't think that would be acceptable this day and age. Like an old fart saying that about like a 20-year-old.
It was like 2009. They're like, you have to take it back to 2009. You were allowed to rape women reporters. It was like 10 years ago.
Imagine this day and age, a hot ass chick in a bra on national TV, and then a fucking old ass, old fart being like, man, I'd like to put my things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and also she was like bragging about being in Maxim and Playboy and shit like that. She wasn't like talking about that like she was a victim.
Like she was a sex object.
Yeah, dude.
It's not like she ran away from it or hid from it.
I guess, that's just a feeling you and I will never know, like what it's like to be sex objects. But like, it's weird. It's like, if that is what you use to get to a position in life that nobody else is in, that is like a coveted position, can you really be that shocked and pissed off by like the shitty things that come along with it? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Speak for yourself, Open. Venmo me. You guys can find my Venmo at the bottom of the screen. Venmo me $100. I'll send you a nude tomorrow.
Yeah, he will.
Promise that. But yeah, I guess I got to say I know the writer who was behind that whole thing, so I'm not surprised.
Oh shit! Actually, there's a the Deadspin guy. Yeah, he they talked about him too. Anyways, real quick before we give a shout out to our guy Money Mike, let's go through some of the comments. Kevin Smith says, Shorts, you won't send a pack of hot dogs to your brother-in-law. Brad Painter says, Kevin is onto something. Listeners should send hot dogs to brother-in-law's house. It's a great idea. Maybe we should do like we did for the baby. We'll do like a registry, a hot dog registry.
Hey Danielle, wanted 30 packets of hot dogs to
show. BPT, Mississippi welfare hero, Brett Favre. Jim Montana says, I still remember that Brett Favre dick pic, not good. Ron Mexico misappropriating welfare funds for a volleyball center for his daughter. BPT, it seems like she could have just told him to fuck off and block him. That's what I'm saying. Like, she just didn't say anything. I don't know, whatever. We're not victim blaming. We're not victim shaming. Oh, my guy, Iron Mike Sleep. Fuck you, bros. This is hype. I'd hump the shit out of that. Mike Sleep is Lebanese.
No.
Yeah, he's like one of the few Arabs, fellow Arabs in the sphere.
Isn't, forgive my ignorance.
This podcast sphere. Yeah.
Wasn't Lebanon like a mix of Muslims and Christians that kind of like turned into a big disaster?
I think so, because a lot of Lebanese people have like blue eyes. So
Interesting.
yeah. All right, let's give a shout out to our dog Money Mike before we hop on to the Straight-treon. Here we go.
It's kind of
In northern Virginia, where the sun always shines, Money Mike, he fixes any kind of pipeline. He's got the skills, and he's happy to see.
Next time you guys need a plumber, give our guy Money Mike Cook a call. Mike Cook is licensed and insured. He operates all over Northern Virginia. He does grade A plumbing work. I've seen it myself. I've seen him out on job sites many, many times. You can take our word for it, but you don't have to. Take the word of all the countless IDM listeners who have given Mike a call at 703-501-1926. He does great work. There's no job that's too big or too small. So the next time you need a plumber, give Mike Cook a call at 703-501-1926. I'm telling you, you give him a call, get him out of your house, take a look at your problem. He'll not only give you a free estimate, so he'll show up for free, but if you mention IDM, he'll give you an additional 20% discount off of that final total. If you use Mike Cook one time, I promise you, you'll never need another plumber again. So next time you need a plumber, whether it's a big job or a small job, give Mike Cook a call at 703-501-1926. And if you support Mike Cook, you're supporting IDM. Shout outs to you guys. We'll see you on the Patreon, patreon.com/IDM pod. Let's keep the party going.
Peace.
Your feet. He's a plumbing boss that gets iced in his feet. From the kitchen or your mom